I did nothing without him. I acknowledged him in everything, every opportunity that I got. And I am aware of his presence in my life because of the level of peace and contentment that I find myself in right now. Like, what's up, you guys? Happy New Year. It is your girl Kadz, and this is Wine with Kadz. Thank you so much for joining me again. I know that I was missing for a few months, but I'm here now, and it's 2023, so let bygones be bygones. How about that? Anyway, guys, I have been under and over the weather for the last couple of weeks. I've had some videos planned and I just couldn't, and I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But it's 2023 right now, and we're gonna start the year afresh. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about how I manifested my 2022. So today is the first day of 2023, and as I reflect on all 2022 has been for me, it has been a good year. I must say it has been a really good year, and this video is not to boast or anything, because I have nothing to boast about, but it's one where I would like to express gratitude, and I'd like to share with you how I was able to live a 2022 that I can say I am proud of. There's nothing that I would change, because every experience I have learned from. So every year since I want to say 2017, I have been doing a vision board, and now it's time for me to do one for 2023. I have not done it as yet. I normally do it like at the end of the year, moving into the new year, but not do it yet, because every day is a gift for me. So we'll live, we'll live. I'll move on to the goals for the next day. But for 2022, there were some things that I did differently than what I did in 2021 or 2020. And it was one day that I was going through this book that I got from my dear friend for my birthday some years ago. I was going through this journal, and then I was reading some of the goals that I had for myself, and I was like, I was able to achieve these, like I wanted to grow on social media, which I have, for business, be featured in Beyond Woman magazine. That was in January, or was it February? I think it was February. I had a successful business shower in January, monthly sip and paint events, which God has been good, because now it's a weekly thing. I wanted to have a target of 30 paintings per month, but I think honestly that is really unrealistic, so that never happened. Gain a healthy weight, get enough rest daily. I had to start a healthy diet, but start the gym or exercise. I did Pilates one day. And I had different financial goals here, which I don't want to disclose, but I had relationship goals. Started maintaining a healthy relationship, which I did and ended. Release hurt from previous relationship, which I did. Don't be too hard on myself for past mistakes, and be content in every situation. And can I tell you that 2022 for me was a year of a year of contentment. Like, no matter what is going on, I'm good. So what I did for 2022 was, first I listed the things that I was able to achieve in 2021. Obviously I can't say this, but things I was able to achieve in 2021. I published 4 journals on Amazon. I was able to maintain business expenses, registered my business, Was I in 2020? Yeah, 2021. I got my driver's license. I started the clothing line. And there were some things that I wanted to achieve in 2021 that I didn't, which is to complete my book, become debt-free, and owning my car. I did not do that. I still have not done that. Anyway, what I did was I joined a vision boarding session with Felicia Graham Ricketts. She is she's the owner of Western STEM Academy. She has a few businesses of her own, and you know, I think if you're on Instagram, you probably would know her. She's growing, and you know, her life is just inspirational. So she did this vision boarding thing, and I joined it, and she was like, we need to be strategic. We need to list them out in specific ways. So some of the things that we focused on were personal goals, career goals, business goals, health goals, financial goals, relationship goals. And then at the end of it, we had questions that we had to ask. What do you want to achieve each month, each goal? So under each goal, you had to put like 3 or 4 things. So 3 or 4 personal goals that you want to achieve, 3 or 4 career goals, and so forth. And for each one of the goals that you list, why do you want to achieve it? What do you want to achieve? Why do you want to achieve it? How will it enhance your life? When do you want to achieve it? What resources do you need to achieve it? And that makes the things that seem impossible possible. Like, it makes certain things more achievable when you list it out like that. I'm not gonna go through every single thing that I did in 2022. I'm proud of myself, but I'm gonna show you guys my vision board right here. And I got this vision board when this board itself, it's I don't know my name. I honestly don't know my name, but you can get them at Fontana, I think. And it makes it easier because at least you can just cut the pictures and get some cute thumbtacks and stick them on there, so that each year you can remove and replace, and that makes it easier rather than to tape them down or glue them down and then, you know, every year I make a mess. So each year I use this, and then I can remove and replace as needed. Some things will stay and some things will go. For the most part, I think that mine's probably gonna stay the same, but there are some things that, you know, we can't make room for because there's a lot more that I want to do this year. All right, so the first thing that's on my vision board was spiritual growth. This has always been on my vision board from the first one that I made. I think in 2022, I was able to maintain a good relationship with God. I did nothing without Him. I acknowledged Him in everything, every opportunity that I got. And I am aware of His presence in my life because of the level of peace and contentment that I find myself in right now. Like, I do not worry about anything at all. I trust Him to, you know, allow things to happen in my life, whether it is that He's going to be removing things or adding things, and I trust Him wholeheartedly. So I want more of that in 2023, so I'm going to leave that there. So right here I have winning, and then I have my name because Kadeen is a winner. I can't even pronounce my name with this throat issue. But Kadeen is a winner. Right here you'll see my logo for my business, Kadeen Great Art and Apparels. Kadeen Great Art and Apparel. So this is my logo. A beautiful K that was created by my wonderful friend Cleopatra. And if you notice, the K is a brush stroke, and then the gold around the line, the round the K kind of represents the classiness and elegance that our business brings forth. Business growth, no excuses. I did see growth in my business this year to the point where I was able to hire an assistant. That is like just amazing to me, because at the beginning of 2022 I never thought that would have been the case right now, but I had to. God is good, you understand? The master's something I'm not sure if that's something that I still want to do. When I was working in corporate, well, I'm still kind of we still have a job. But when I was working, but before COVID, prior to COVID, I had no intentions to do art full-time, part-time, or anytime. I was just doing art for doing art. Like, if somebody asked me to draw, I used to hide when people ask, anybody can draw? Come here, me. May God forgive me for those days. Because now it's like, when I think about events, like when I have these campaign events, I get excited, more excited than I've been about anything else. You know, probably the only thing that excites me more is JSRA. Yeah, psychology is something that I love, but I don't want to do a master's to just say I have a master's, because I don't see myself anymore doing that. I don't see myself lecturing. And again, that was something that I did in the past, and I loved it, but I don't see myself doing that. I'm going to see myself do that. If I do lecture, I want to lecture something that I'm passionate about. Entrepreneurship, art, something. Not psychology. Not psychology. I mean, I love psychology, but and I don't need to rationalize it. It's just not something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life. Painting is something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life, and I want my children to experience, or to have that experience, seeing their mother and my husband. I want them to see me excited about getting up and going to work. I feel a sense of pride when my parents, like, my parents feel a sense of pride when they see me doing exactly what I love, when they come to my events and they're like, I'm a daughter that, and she's doing what she loves, and you can see, so she loves it. So I want my future family to see that, and I want my children to know that you can do anything that, once it's legal and safe, you can do anything and, impact lives, create change, and be happy about it. It doesn't have to be the cookie cutter lifestyle. I don't think I was created for the cookie cutter lifestyle. I don't think I was created for it, and I find peace in that. So I don't know. I don't think I'll be doing the masters. Every day they email me, but I don't think I'll be doing it. Another thing I wanted to achieve in 2022, I wanted to start earning in US dollars. And I have. My wonderful accountant and sister introduced me to, she told me how I could open a US account on the Scotia mobile app, because at first I thought you have to have like 100 US. I'm like, I have 100 US, I'm not going to Scotia. I'm not going in the bank. And she's like, you can't open it from your phone. And she's like, oh, really? I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, just go through and this, that. Open the US account. It works. And you just call, I just call Scotia and just let them know. It's linked to the existing card that you have, and then we just call Scotia, and they're like, okay, whatever online transactions you're doing, you do it from a US account, and then any point of sale comes from your Jamaican account, which is great because most of my supplies I get from overseas. So instead of have Amazon to do the conversion, it's already converted. So yeah, I do that. That's nice. So this is a real $20, but I want to replace it. I think one time I had a $50, one time I had a $1. Now we have a $20. I'll replace it with a $100 because we're moving up in 2023. We're moving up. So no excuses. I'm accepting no excuses from myself or from anybody else. If you're working with me, I cannot accept any excuse as to why you cannot get a job that I asked you to do done in the time that I need it done. Right? That's my business card. And this Sip and Paint. So the paint, and this one is Sip and Paint event as well, down here as well, with the wine and so forth. It represents, for me, it has been on the vision board, and I think it was there for 2021 too. I don't remember, but it has been there. And I remember I have always wanted to do Sip and Paint. I wanted to do Sip and Paint from 2015, and I was not able to get it done. So being able to see it and feel it in 2022 is like full circle moment. Because in 2015, I got the restaurant. We were gonna do it at Mystic India, and it was gonna be every first Monday of every month, and all was well. And then I just said, unfortunately, I won't be able to do this right now. I need to get all the supplies. And I had like canvases and paint and stuff. But I think may have everything. Mentally, I wasn't ready. But God knew what He was doing, because everything that happened between 2022 and 2015 and 2022 really prepared me for everything that is taking place right now in my business. And I'm so happy to say that we now have a consistent place where we host Sip and Paint. So I host Sip and Paint, which is Paint and Pour with Kadz, every Sunday we're starting back on January 8th, so next week Sunday. Every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. at Mystery Restaurant, Bar and Lounge in Montego Bay, Queens Drive, the orange building right across from the airport beside UAWJC. That's a plug. I need you guys to check it out. You can RSVP on my website, www.kadingray.com, or you can just call me, or you can message me in the comments below. We'll get it. We'll get the information. Message me on Instagram, wherever, and RSVP. But yeah, and we give you wine, we give you all the art supplies, we give you food, and you get your painting to carry home. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience. And only if you come there will you know for yourself. Yes, that is something that I am really, really excited about. I'm really proud of, because from the beginning of 2020, from last year this time, I was trying to get into a restaurant to host it. At first, I was like once monthly or twice monthly, and everybody kept telling me no. Everybody kept telling me no, and I was like, you know what? But now stop, because somebody must answer. And this last restaurant that I approached, something was going on at the time, I don't remember, but I did approach him, send him a proposal and everything. And then he reached out to me like, hey, we're not supposed to talk about the proposal. I'm like, I'll be there. And that was the start of something new. This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. All right, we're done. But yeah, that's that. I'm excited about that. 2022 saw me going on dates. I went on dates with myself. I went on a date with my dad, which was not intentional. Like, men just want to go out on a date by myself, and he's like, let me drop you, and then it will just eat. And we talked and bonded, and that was nice. Like, father daughter take. That was nice. And yeah, me and mommy, not so much like me and daddy, but I'm not in terms of frequency, but the times that I've been out with mommy, never get to do like a date, the mommy daughter date. Hopefully I got to do something in 2023, because my mother, she's too busy. Mommy, you're too busy. But I also went on dates with, I want to say gentlemen callers. I went on 2 dates with one person. But I'm more than 2 dates. With one person, I joined this dating app, and I'll tell you more about that dating app that I joined one day. Probably the next video I'll do is when I joined the dating app and what the experience was like for me and why I'm never going to join it again. But yes, we had get dressed up, and it was nice of me, because I've never had that experience where before you get into a relationship, you are brought out on a date. Lies. That is not true. I've been on a date before, but that never reached nowhere. And I think that's what it's supposed to be like. Get dressed up, come pick you up, and you talk, you laugh, and blah blah blah. That has happened before, but the other person never go nowhere. Like, it didn't amount to anything. But getting dressed up, you have mutual interests, have likes, and like seeing each other for the first time on the date. That happened to me this year, and I quite enjoyed that experience, and I would do it again. I would do the dating thing again. I don't know yet. No, I would. I definitely would. But that is something that I wanted. That is something that was important to me. As a lot of you know, I love relationships. I love to see people happy, and I want that for myself. And one day it will happen, and when it does, you'll know. What else? This says own your life, and I did that in 2022. I chose to just I chose to make my life my own and not allow anything else to dictate the way I lived my life. None of the circumstances that were happening in my life dictated in 2022 how I was gonna live my life. Like, there has been a lot of things that I lost in 2022. A lot of things had to be removed for me to receive what God has for me. So that was a part of that, and it was hard losing some of those things and people. But in that losing process, I never allowed it to dictate how I was gonna continue living my life. I wasn't gonna be bitter. I wasn't gonna be angry. I wasn't gonna be depressed. I wasn't gonna be all of that. I chose, You know, as I said earlier, in spite of everything that was going on that could turn your life on the dark side, I chose joy, peace, happiness, and contentment. I would like that. All right. So happiness, care, life, what is it? Friendships, love, romance, all that. All of that was manifested in 2022. I was able to have some hard conversations with a few friends. And I really do like, I'm not gonna say, well, a few. Yeah, I've had some hard conversation, and that has helped to move the friendship where it should be. And I've also recognized that, you know, maybe some friendships not supposed to work, some relationships not supposed to happen, and that's okay. Some people outgrow you, some people you outgrow, some people have to move them life now, you know, other directions. Life change, people change, circumstances change people, and that is okay. And I had to recognize that and just, you know, trust the process. Self-love was important to me. I chose to give myself the love that I know I deserve, and therefore I no longer feel the need to have anybody else fill that void for me, because I chose to fill that void for myself. And self-love comes with self-awareness, self-discovery, being true to yourself. It also comes with less criticism of yourself, but really and truly allowing yourself grace and forgiveness and trust. Like, really love yourself unconditionally. Not just because, you know, you are you, just love yourself because God made you, like God chose to make you out of everybody else. You know, you must sperm in your father back. You know how much sperm, and out of all of the sperm and eggs and what could have matched, you match, the one will make you match with the egg for your mother, and you were created. And for that alone, like, you need to give yourself that you deserve the best life. So yeah, self-love was important to me. And I wanted to have more creative ideas, which I did. This was a note on a card. The card that was on a rose that I gave myself in 2021. And it says, Kadeen, you are deserving. And I put it on here to remind myself that I'm deserving of everything. Everything here. The love, the success, the growth, the money, the wealth, the health. I'm deserving of God's love. And yeah, it's a reminder there. And this quote says, be stubborn about your goals and flexible about your method. So stick to your goals. Don't make nobody tell you say your goals don't make no sense. But be flexible enough to know that there's not only one road to get to your destination. And yeah, that's staying there. My nails man, let me know. And this is a note from my dear friend and classmate from Westwood, Ricky. And she was basically telling me that, you know, God gave her the opportunity, because she does resin art. So she makes key rings and coasters, and she does wine tumblers as well. She does a lot of stuff. So Ricky, when I started the YouTube channel, she wanted to give me something. That's the essence of the note. She wanted to give me something just for the channel, and she never got around to do it. And God saw it fit for me to order some stuff from her. So I ordered some favors for my business shower, which was, you know, some key rings. And she gifted me some coasters with my logo on it as well. And it was just saying, thank you for your stories, your life lessons and advice. Keep being the inspiration that you are. I never know someone could read upside down, but keep being the inspiration that you are. And this is just a reminder for me to continue doing YouTube, and some of the posts that I would post about my life, allow certain things to happen in my life, because like there are persons out there watching, and even though I didn't know the impact that it would have, what I offer is also impactful, whether it be positive or negative. And this is just a reminder to know that people are watching, and even if you don't want people to watch, they are watching. And whatever it is that you leave in the world, it should be, you know, a good representation of you. And so I never set out to be an inspirational person. I never set out to be a motivator. I never set out to do all of this something. I just want to live my life. But God said, look here, this is how I have to be able. I'm like, all right, Zalazo. But really and truly, yes. I mean, all of my experiences, I have been able to look at it and say this is the reason it happened. And I know that there are a lot of persons, because I was there, a lot of persons who are going through similar or even worse situations than I have been through, and then feel like I say, no, Jaja, I'm not gonna make it, you know. And my stories may have helped a few persons. My stories may have helped a lot of persons to recognize, even one person to recognize, hey, your purpose not stop here. Your purpose not stop with your problem. Your purpose not even start yet, you know? And God has a plan for you. He has a plan for you. And if you're still here, it only means that, you know, the work not done yet. The work is not done yet. So if my stories and my advice can help one person not to give up on their race to finding their purpose, on their journey to finding their purpose and living the true authentic self that God intended them to live, well, if I just wanna watch it, it would be a job well done for me. So that's a reminder. And yeah, this is my vision board for 2022. So I have not yet done my 2023 vision board, and I'll be taking on the same method that I did for 2022. I'm giving myself until the second week of January, but this time I'm gonna add something else to it. And that's an idea I got from a lady from TikTok. Can't remember what she named, but yeah. So I'm gonna do it the same way. I'm going to write down the things that I achieved in 2022. The list is going to be longer, praises be to God. I'm going to do each one of them by categories and itemize them, you know, each goal by category. I go find the pictures, put them on the vision board. And then the added thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add journaling to my vision board. So at the end of each day, I will be writing down the things that have happened in my 2023. Hold on, let me show the journal I'm going to use. All right, so this is another plug. This is one of my journals that I created last year. I did it with Michael Natu. He's a friend of mine from a long time, but there are some poems in here, and I'm gonna use this journal. Michael, not crucify me. I'm gonna use this journal because the poems in there really and truly talk about life and love, and he's a great poet and writer. So yeah, so like it has the poems inside, and then it has the lines for you to write on. So I'm going to be using one of these to really and truly journal how I want to see my 2023. Not just say how I want to. So each day I'm going to write, you know, like let's say I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to write today, maybe never happened on the day. So like today, January 1st, I'm not necessarily buy the car today, but may I visualize and basically trick my mind, say it happened. And the attitude that I had that I went to pick up the car and what I wear and all that kind of stuff. And I really visualize it and make it real and go home. Go home. So I'm definitely going to be doing that, adding that to my process of my vision board and manifest the 2023 that I believe I'm deserving of. Yeah. So that being said, that is the end of today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Daddy, I know I promised you a video with Daddy, a Q&A with Daddy, but Daddy, I'm not sure what's going on with him. Daddy had time me out. Long and short, Daddy had time me out. You know, I want to give it a video. And I was almost adamant that I wasn't going to post anything until I got that. Because the last video that I posted, I said the next video would be me and Daddy. I want to raise him up in the comment section for me, please. Ask him when he go do the video with me, because I want it to be done. And I know you guys are looking out for it. So 2023 is here. I want you guys to think about what you really want for yourself in 2023. You know, visualize the year that you want. What do you see yourself doing? What you see yourself being this time next year? Where you want to look back and say, all right, I have achieved this, I have completed that, I have grown in this area. Like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? and make it your reality. One of the things I learned last year is that we have the power to be exactly who we want to be, and the ball is literally in your court. And if you ask God for things, ask God for things, you know, what you want, and believe. You can't ask him and say, boy, I don't know this how to work with it. God will be like, will you just ask me to work you out? I know you're the one that will go work out. So ask God and believe say go happen, and write it down. And yeah, I think that's what the method is, when you write it down like they actually happen. So if you say, all right, I want to meet somebody great this year. I went on a date with so and so and so. Not even have no name, but I went on a date with this great guy. He opened the door for me. He was amazing. He's handsome. He's this and he's that. And mama tell us, say, in 2023, me I have a nice, cute boo. Just saying. I'm just saying, because it's gonna happen. You have to believe in it, something's gonna happen, and it will happen for you. Let me know in the comments section below, like, what are some of the things you want to achieve for yourself this year? Like, where do you see yourself heading? Are you excited about 2023, or are you thinking that 2023 is going to be a daunting year? I know circumstances can happen in our lives, and a lot of us have lost, you know, persons, whether by death, you know, my condolences to you, or, you know, people have left your life and they make you feel like you're hopeful for anything. You may have lost a job. You may have lost a relationship, but the fact that you are still here is just, you know, enough for you to know that, hey, God has a plan for you. So I hope that, you know, you're looking towards 2023, or looking towards tomorrow for it to be an even better day than it was yesterday. And just say to God, ask God every single day, please God, blow my mind. Like, just surprise me. Surprise me. Minute if I ask for this, you know, God, you know what I want, and you know what I want, but surprise and blow my mind. Because sometimes you might say you want one little Toyota, and God just surprise you with an Audi. You know, you just never know. You just never know. You never know. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. We made it. We made it to 2023, and I'm happy that you're here with me. Yeah, let me know what you're looking forward to. Yeah, so we've come to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for having a sip of wine with Kadz. And I will see you guys next week, when I will be talking about, you know, my dating experience when I joined the dating app and what took place. I will let you know how that experience went from start to finish. Bye, guys. Mwah!